is the top-selling Tupperware sales lady in the world, and she hosts the most famous party around. It's Dixie. How are you?
Well, I'm better for your asking. I'm so happy to be here on Crouton Wednesday.
Crouton Wednesday.
Oh my Lord, that never happens, but never. But that,
No.
but never.
Would you like a crouton?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is an opportunity.
Do you want to catch it, or would you just like it right?
Oh,
You're
listen.
chewing gum, though.
You know what?
Don't mix the crouton
watch.
with the
I'll
gum.
put. See, the gum goes on one side, the crouton goes on the other, and then there's space in the middle for a cocktail.
Now, are any of you Tupperware collectors in here? Do you use Tupperware? Or, that's kind of a lukewarm answer, Dixie.
Well,
you do?
Everybody uses Tupperware, and if they don't, they're bad people, and they're going to go straight to hell. That's what I
Well, you brought some of your things over to the kitchen?
I do. I figured since I was going to come and ring the doorbell, I would teleport stuff ahead of time here so that it could be all set up.
It's fabulous when it works that way. Let me grab my coffee and my croutons.
And grab an extra crouton. You never know when you need it.
All right. Okay. You never know, unless you want some. No? Okay. All right. All right. Let's go to the kitchen. And ladies, you could be coming over here too, so you better be on the lookout.
Oh,
so you've got this Tupperware party that's going on where now?
We're back at the 14th Street, like we was last year at the Playhouse Square.
Yes.
We're the one of the 18 theaters that are all together. We're the one without the awning, so you miss it. But there's a huge picture of my face, so when you walk by, you'll be like, gee, Lord, like that, because it's so big. My head is the size of, most third world countries.
Well, you do have big hair.
Well, you know what? Because Jesus does it. I get up in the morning, and I back home a lot, like upside down, and then I just spray up in the air, and then Jesus makes sure it just settles where it should be, and here it is.
It is a thing of beauty.
Oh, you are so sweet.
You were showing us how it bounced earlier.
Well, you know what's funny? When I do this, you should see me ride a motor scooter. It just like that. Like, we were talking like when I'm in a boat, it just goes crazy. And sometimes little things, I find things in it, kids or, tax returns, croutons. You never know.
Small animals.
Small animals. Remember last time we was here?
She was so excited to come back last time because.
Well, because you had a petting zoo. At the very end of the program, I'll be like, hey, guess what? It's time to bring goats on. You're like, well, that's a bad idea all the way around. And so in come like goats and a chicken and 2 ducks and a pig. And then they all started to poop on the ground for no reason. And it became this whole thing about don't step in the poop. Whatever you do, move out of the way of the poop. Because everything was pooping. It was funny.
And you remember us.
Well,
just for that.
Well, I remember you for lots of things, but if that's the thing to be remembered for,
Okay, well, tell us about the Tupperware party that you have every night.
You know what? I've been on the road for years and years and years now. It's called Dixie Tupperware Party because that's my name and that's the stuff I'm talking about. And it's a fun show. It's a show. It's a Tupperware party, but it's also a show. It's about fun and women's empowerment and excitement, and we get people up and there are games and prizes and raffles, and everybody gets up and has a good time and goes, like that, and sings along and claps their hands, and some people fall over, and then people use the different stuff, and we have a great time. It's like being out of Tupperware party, but it's in a theater.
Yes, yeah. And do you?
It's true. I like how she bends over.
I thought I had energy.
Oh, well, you know what? Because I was up drinking all night.
You were up drinking all night?
Well, yeah, and that always gives me energy. I like when she opens her mouth and nothing comes out, just air. Like that.
Do you actually sell Tupperware?
I do. Well, I'm one of the top selling Tupperware ladies in the whole entire United States and Canada, which is a country now. And I do. So I sell Tupperware, and I've been doing it for 9 years. But then in 2004, it became a show, and I started traveling around the country with it. And so so at the end of it, everybody gets a catalog and order form at the party, and then you can buy crap at the end.
What is some of your favorite crafts?
Oh, my Lord and Savior. Well, look, who doesn't like a big ball? We have the big bowl for the kids, the shape-up toy.
It's hard to believe that's still around.
Do you believe this? And you have the things where you take the shapes out, and then you say, kids, put the shapes in, and then they go, and then you're like, oh, you need to be in remedial class, because you can tell. And this is a great sobriety test, because let's say you got a man friend over. Sometimes I have one of these sitting by the front door of the trailer, and then I get them. I'm like, hey, before you get back in your cab of the big old rig, and I want you put this in the hole that it goes into. And sometimes when they're like, I'm like, you're gonna be staying, Senator, so that's fun. So they stay over, and that's how,
What state are you from?
I'm from Mobile, Alabama. But I never get home. My trailer's there. My kids are there. I call my friends every once in a while. Hey, is anything blowed up? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right. Just throw another Hungry Man frozen dinner out on the lawn. They'll eat. They'll be fine.
How many kids do you have?
3. Do you want one?
No.
You know what? I can make it like a gift with purchase. If you buy some Tupperware, I'll give you a child for free. Yeah.
No. I have 3 of my own.
Oh,
That's
I'm
quite
sorry.
enough.
They're hard, aren't they?
Oh.
Kids are hard because they are sticky and they rub up on you, and you know you wear nice things, and you're like, "What's that on your leg?" Oh, a child. You know, you're trying to get it off. You know, and they're always asking, "Mama, can I borrow something?" And you're like, "Don't get on my drawers," you know. And they're always, you know, and then
Well, I bet if you have girls, they probably want to borrow your.
Well, I have a 16-year-old, and she is so. She works at Hooters. She's so sweet. She is such a doll. She is such a doll. She's got one of them tight orange T-shirts on. She always comes. I'm trying to get her to score me one for church because they're fancy, you know, and I want to do one. Put some rhinestones around the collar and wear it for Jesus. But it's fun. So she's got that, and then I've got a 10-year-old and 3-year-old, and we're trying to.
They're spread out.
Well, you know, look, I totally, you know, things happen. You know, when you meet people and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, there's a baby. You know, and then, but my 3-year-old is so cute because he, you know, he's got a little bit of the shakes, you know, but we're trying to learn him how to like make cocktails. I'll put the fixings for a cocktail and I'll go, hold this Absorbine Jr. and he just does like this, and like 5 minutes later I'm like, oh good, it's done. This thing is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. This is basically baby Jesus on earth. It's so amazing. But you know, so that's the thing that I would say. If anything else, you got to have one of them. But we got all this other great crap. So sometimes people are like, hey, I don't open a lot of cans. Then don't get it.
Welcome to the Temple of Tupperware, also known as Dixie's Tupperware Party, a rapid-fire, raucous, ribald show at Playhouse Square's 14th Street Theater. And make no mistake, Dixie knows her merchandise.
You take and you follow the little chart that's on the front of it that says, where do you put your stuff? Like you love cucumbers, I'm sure. So there's a cucumber there, and it says both nostrils closed. It's not as complicated as it seems. So you keep both the little, well, on this side, you keep the little nostrils closed or open based on what it says, and it's going to make your stuff last so much longer than you think. It's the most gratifying thing in the world. And people come out at the end of the show and they're buying Tupperware or talking to me or taking pictures, and I feel like every night I've made a bunch of new friends.
And new customers.
At the end, they can take the order form and order because it's an order form.
Because you really are selling
Yes,
Tupperware.
so you can get Tupperware, because how mean would I be to give all these people all these great food storage solutions and then deny them the opportunity to buy the crap?
Dixie's Tupperware Party is a blast, but its fun is definitely for adults only.
Because it's one of the funniest nights you're going to have.